Shalom, and welcome to this week's Hebrew class. And today, as we did last week, we began chapter 7 of Yehuchanan or Yochanan in the modern Hebrew, or John in English, and we will cover verses 5 to 8. So let us begin. And as you can see, we have a vowel marking chart. The vowels are called Nikud. And then we have these useful resources, BeitHamashiach.com, and that one gives us color-coded transliteration and translation. Very helpful. And also the Do It in Hebrew Dictionary.com, which gives us the opportunity to look at the root word and its meaning. Basically, it's a modern Hebrew dictionary, but still very useful. And so, let us begin. And we're in verse 5. It's represented by a hey, which is the fifth letter of the alphabet. So let us go through the letters. We have a kaf, yod, aleph, chet, yod, vav, gimel, mem, sofit, hey, mem, sofit, lamed, aleph, hey, aleph, mem, yod, nun, vav, bet, because of a dot, and vav. So we read, ki, for, chayv, his brothers. And it is plural because the yod in there, so I've got plural under it, brothers. Gum also, and that has a mem sovit, a closed mem behind it because it's at the end of the word. Hem, they, also they, lo not, mi nu. He'emin means to believe, so they believed, and it's a third person pronoun. Bo, in him. And the translation for even his brothers did not believe in him. And then I've given you ach, which is the masculine noun meaning brother. Often you'll see it as achi, but literally ach is the root. Brother, sibling, or close friend. And I've also given you achot, the feminine noun meaning sister, sibling, kinswoman. So we can see what the difference is between brother and sister. And then we have he'emin, which is a verb to believe, to trust, and amin, adjective meaning authentic, true, or trustworthy. So now we will read that without any aids. Ki, chayv, gam, hem, lo, mi nu, bo. And the normal translation for his brothers, also they believed in him. And then we turn to 6a. And we have a vav. It is the sixth letter of the alphabet. And then we go through the letters. Vav, yod, aleph, mem, resh. Aleph, lamed, yod, hey, mem, sofit. Yod, hey, vav, shin, ayin. Ayin, tav, yod, lamed, aleph, vayet, aleph, hey. And we read, va, yo, mer. Remembering that we don't pronounce the aleph. That's why it's in white. And because there's no pronoun, we can insert he. And he said, Alehem, unto them. And who? Yahushua, or Yahusha. E-T, my time. So how do we get my time? First, the ending tells us my, with the yod there, and the chirik. And the root of it is 8, which is a feminine noun meaning time, season, era, age. So time. My time, lo not, va'ah, to come. And we can consider the hey as being directional because we know that ba or bo meaning come, right? So not to come. So the translation, Yeshua said to them, my time has not yet come. And so now we can read that. Vayomer, Alehem. Yahushua. Iti. Lo. Va. And he said unto them, Yahusha, my time not to come. And now we come to 6b. We have an ayin, a dalet. Ayin, tav, hey, vav, ayin, tav, kaf, mem sofit, tav, mem, yod, dalet, nun, kaf, vav, nun, hey. And we read, ad, which can be translated as until, ata, meaning now. If we look at ad, it means as far as, till, or until, and ata as an adjective means now or currently, and it has its root in et, which we had before meant time or season, but that one's a feminine noun. This is an adjective. Until now. The itekem, vitakem, and your time, again, the kem at the end is your, but it's also plural form. Your time, tamid, always. If we look at tamid, it's an adjective, it means constantly, always. As a masculine noun, it can mean the daily offering. And then we have nekona. It means to be ready, and that comes from nakon, which is a verb to be established, or as an adjective it means ready or prepared. So always to be ready or to be prepared. So the translation, not yet come, but your time is always ready. So let us read that now. Ad, ata, ve'i, tekem, tamid, nekona, until now, and your time always to be ready. And now we turn to 7a. It's represented with a Zion, the seventh letter of the alphabet. And we go through the letters. Lamed, Aleph, Yod, Vav, Kaf, Lamed, Hey, Ayin, Vav, Lamed, Mem, Sofit, Lamed, Sin, because the dot's on that side, Nun, Vav, Aleph, Aleph, Tav, Kaf, Mem, Sofit, Vav, Aleph, Tav, Yod, Yod, Sin again, Nun, Aleph. And now we can read. Lo, not, you call, it shall be able. And the reason it's it, not he, is because we're talking about the world. Not it shall be able. Now, it's an imperfect form because it has a yod in front of it. But there's a note down here. Note, in the word yukal, the yod has been changed to a vav, as it is in the root verb. We saw it up here, yakol. It's a kol verb, to be able, maybe, could have. So it's a yod in there, but it has been changed to a vav in this case, because it is what is called a weak letter, and it's often interchangeable with the vav. And because it would be too hard to read it with two yods. So therefore we read it as you kal. It shall be able. And then we have ha'olam, meaning the world. Lis no, meaning to hate. And then we have et kem, which is a grammar marker, and you in the plural. The ot and me, and that could be also but me. Yes, nah, it shall hate. Again, because the yod is an imperfect form, it can be it shall hate. So, and then I've also given you sane. It's a kol verb, to hate, to loathe, to abhor. And the translation, the world is not able to hate you, but it hates me. Right, and then we read it. Lo, you kal, ha'olam lisno etchem ve'oti yisna. And the translation, not it shall be able the world to hate, Grandma Marky, you and me, or but me it shall hate. And so we come to 7b. We have a bet, aleph, shin, resh, aleph, nun, yod, mem, ayin, yod, dalet, ayin, lamed, yod, vav, kaf, yod, resh, ayin, yod, mem, safit, mem, ayin, lamed, yod, vav. So we read it. Ba'ashir, in that, ani, I am, me'id, witnessing. The reason I chose I am witnessing is because with the mem, it's usually like a participle form. I'm witnessing, alive, about it, concerning it, ki, that, ra'im, evil. Now we can see the ending there is like plural form, but it means evil, because we know ra means evil. And then ma'alalayv, its misdeeds. And so I've given you also he'it, which is a verb to testify, to indicate, to witness. And al is a prep, it can mean about, regarding, because, beside, on, upon. So it has a number of readings. And then we've got ra'ah, which is a feminine noun meaning evil, bad, harmful. And ma'al, which is a cold verb to embezzle, to misappropriate. And then we've got ma'alalim, masculine noun meaning misdeeds, iniquities, or exploits. So we're just trying to improve our vocabulary so that when we see it again, we may remember it. And the translation, but it hates me because I testify of it that its deeds are evil. So here they translate just as deeds, but it would be better to treat it as misdeeds. Right, so we're going to read that. Ba'asher ani me'id alayv ki ra'im ma'alalayv. In that, I'm witnessing about it, that evil, its misdeeds. And so we come to 8a, and it's represented with chet. And if we remember, it's the 8th letter of the alphabet. And then we go through the letters. Ayin, lamed, vav. Aleph, tav, mem, safit. Lamed, chet, gimel. Aleph, tav, hey. Chet, gimel. Aleph, nun, yod. Lamed, aleph. Aleph, ayin, lamed, hey. And we read it. Alu, you go up. And as we'll find, often there's a bit of redundancy in the Hebrew where it's the u at the end is like a redundant u because the next word is also atem you. So you go up you. La chog, for celebrating, or often translate to celebrate. Et grammar marker he chag, meaning the feast. Ani, I, lo not, ele, I shall go up. Again, because the aleph is in the front, it sort of makes it an imperfect form. So that's why it's I shall, and then ele means to go up, to ascend, right? To go up. I shall go up. And I've got it down here, Allah is a cold verb to ascend, to go up. So the translation, you go up to celebrate the feast, I do not go up. And they're starting a new sentence there. So now we can read that. Alu atem lachog et he chag ani lo le. You go up, you, for celebrating the feast. I not, I shall go up. And then we come to 8b. We have an Aleph Lamed, Hey, Chet, Gimel, Hey, Zion, Hey, Kaf, Yod, Ayin, Tav, Yod, Lamed, Aleph, Mem, Lamed, Aleph, Hey, Ayin, Dalet, Ayin, Tav, Hey. And we read it. El, meaning two. He, Chag, the feast. Ha, ze, this. Ki, for. Iti, my time. Lo, not. Mala, is fulfilled or to be fulfilled. Because the hey is like a directional. Because we see the root is malay, which is a kal verb to fill, to complete, to fulfill. So is fulfilled at, which can be until or as far as, and then atta, which can mean currently or now. So we got down here, ad, prep, as far as, until, up to, such that. And atta as negative means now or currently. So these are just the extra meanings that I'm giving you to the words to just help you remember them. So therefore, not I go up to this feast because my time has not yet been fulfilled. So now we can read that. And it is El He Chag Ha Ze Ki Iti Lo Mala At Ata. To the feast this, for my time not is fulfilled as far as currently or until now. And so, now we're coming to our revision. And we see we've got a hey. Now we know that hey is the fifth letter of the alphabet, so we know we're in verse 5. Ki, for, chayiv, his brothers, gam also, hem they, lo not, he minu, they believed, bo in him. For his brothers also, they believed in him. Then we have a vav, value of 6, sixth letter of the alphabet. Vayomer, and he said, Alehem, unto them, Yahushua, and that's the one speaking, iti, my time, lo not, va'a, to come. And he said unto them, Yahushua, my time not to come. Ad, which can be until, ata, now. The itakem, and your time, tamid, always, nekona, to be prepared or is prepared. As far as now or until now, and your time always to be ready. And it can mean to be prepared. So we turn now, and we have a Zion, which has a value of 7. So in verse 7, lo not, yukal, it is able, ha'olam, the world, lis, no, to hate, or for hating, but literally to hate. That's how it's translated. Et kem, you, ve'oti, and me, yes, na, it shall hate. Because it's talking about the world. Not it is able the world to hate, grammar marker you, and me, or but me, it shall hate. And then we have Ba'ashir. In that, Ani, I am, Ma'id, witnessing, alive, concerning it, about it, Ki, that, Ra'im, evil, Ma'ala, life, its misdeeds. In that I'm witnessing about it, that evil, its misdeeds. Then we have a chet, which is the 8th letter of the alphabet. We know in verse 8. Alu, you go up. Atem, you. La chog, for celebrating or to celebrate. Et, he chag, the feast. Ani, I. Lo, not. Le, I go up, or I to go up. So you go up, you, for celebrating or to celebrate. Grammar mark of the feast. I not, I shall go up. In verse 8b, we have El, to, he, chag, the feast. Hazeh, this. Ki, for, iti, my time. Lo, not. Mala, to be fulfilled or is fulfilled. Ad, until. Ata, now. And the translation, to the feast this, for my time not, is fulfilled or to be complete, as far as or currently or until now. And that brings us to the end of the revision, but I've just got a note here for some that may sort of question the use of the name. In our reading, I've included the name of our Messiah in the various forms to show its common usage, and so I will explain the forms here. First, we have Yeshua, which is basically an ancient Aramaic form, being a contracted form of the Hebrew Yehoshua with the Masoretic vowel markings of the 11th century to mean salvation in modern Hebrew. Yeshua, however, can only be found in the books of Ezra, Nehemiah, and Chronicles, much of what was written in Aramaic. Its root is Yahweh and Yasha, and they're the two Strong's numbers, if you want to look them up. The root of Shua, however, is Shavah, or Strong's number H7768, meaning to cry out for help, therefore freedom from some trouble. Therefore, Yeshua could mean he shall cry out for help. So I'm just trying to bring some understanding into the name, but we do know that Yeshua for today in modern Hebrew is often used for salvation. Right, and to continue, remembering that Yehoshua follows Masoretic vowel markings of about the 11th century, other forms are considered by many to give a more precise meaning. And so we have here, and I've given you also fragments from the Dead Sea Scrolls to look at, and what we will notice, we've got the name here and here. It may seem a little bit hard to read, but I've got a note here. Yahusha, Hebrew, being a combination of Yahweh or Yahuwah and Yasha. Now Yasha from Strong's H3467 as a hifil verb means to save, to deliver, to rescue, as shown in the Dead Sea Scrolls for the name Joshua. It appears as Yahusha and Yahushua. So it actually uses two different ones for the same name. But I just want to note that not to get bogged down in the names, I have in my lessons given the various forms to appease those with their preference on the name, noting that a majority use Yeshua in modern times. And so finally, we come to our vowel marks, just to remind us that a kamat is a longer sounding A, and a patak is a shorter sounding A. Zere is a longer sounding E, and segol is a short sounding E. And shava breaks the word into its syllables, separates so we can pronounce it properly. Then we have a cholam, that's the O sound. We have shuruk, which is like a shorter U sound, and kubutz, which is a longer U, and then we have a combination of shavar and segol called a kataf segol. Then we have chirik, that's the I sound, and then we have a combination of, again, shavar and patak. It's called a kataf patak. And then we have a combination again of shavar followed by a kamas, called a kataf kamas. And so we finally come to our resources again, because we want to encourage you. They are very useful, and we would encourage you to use them. They will help a lot in your practice. And then we have the chart of the values of the letters, which we like to go through in random order so that we begin to learn the values of the lesson letters. We have a kuf, which has a value of 100, ayin 70, lamed 30, dalet 4, tet 9, samek 60, shin 300, fe 80, chet 8, hey 5, resh 200, and tav 400. And so we'd like to thank you again for joining us, and we do pray these lessons are helpful in your understanding of the Hebrew, and the aim of it is to encourage you to begin reading even the Tanakh and understanding it better, because when we know the language and we look into the culture, we will have a far greater understanding of the scriptures as well, and that's our purpose. So we'd like to wish you Shavua Tov, a good week in Yahusha, or in Yeshua, our Messiah and our King to come. Amen.